Chapter 1 Rebirth Egg. You are listening at FameTV.info. The scorching sun burned all over the yellow sand, and there was a nasty rotten smell in the hot air. Where is this? Luo Luojie stood up from the ground with his forehead covering his eyes, and in the field of vision was a vast desert gobi. The road beneath him was hot, and the outline of a city was clearly visible in the twisted scenery at the end. That he had a faint pain in his head, and sporadic memory fragments, like light bulbs with poor contact, kept flashing on and off in his mind. Around him, nearly 100 men, women, and children started to wake up one after another. The spectacular scenes of collective aggression were quite a variety show. Like joy, Luo suddenly found this scene strangely familiar. As if he had found a key puzzle, a lot of fragmented memories began to reorganize in his brain automatically. A moment later, when he opened his eyes again, his face was incredibly shocked. Actually reborn. Luo Luojie recalled everything. That was his 7th year as a fantasy player, and he became a mercenary. He and a few of his companions took on a mission issued by the Grand Guild, and went to the Asian fantasy to protect the illegitimate son of his president to complete the professional advancement. That I don / know if someone missed the wind, or the kid was in bad luck and unexpectedly encountered the main force of the hostile guild in an illusion. What everyone didn't / expect was that although the strength of the illegitimate child was not good, he actually carried an EX. Grade 1. Time prop from the Butterfly Effect fantasy, Ivan / S diary page residue, which directly detonated time and space. The stream raised the entire city. It was just that Luo Jie couldn't / figure out how he survived the terrible storm of time and space. After all, the best equipment on his body was just a B.class individual power armor. It was impossible to resist that time and space. Torn terror. A squeak of electric current interrupted Luo Jie / S thoughts, and also attracted the attention of everyone present. Hello, sir, please return me my megaphone. A young guide who looked like a trainee blushed to a sunglasses and strong man and asked for a mini speaker. Unfortunately, the little girl-like figure was too short, and her legs were jumping with a little jumpiness. Mo feeling. Okay, I see, I /LL pay you back when you run out, good. The brawny man in dark sunglasses stretched out that big fan-like hand, and coaxed the child like a little guide and rubbed his head, making the little girl cry and laugh, listening to the familiar conversation between the two. Luo Jie couldn't help but develop a feeling of being like another generation. After 7 years, many irrelevant memories have long been blurred. He only remembered that the strong man in sunglasses was the only senior player who had experience of fantasy in the field. If the other party had not disclosed the information of fantasy, he was afraid that few people would survive. Of course, the other party did not do this because it was just a forced heart. Hey everyone, please come to me, thank you for your cooperation. The strong man in sunglasses tried the microphone, nodded with satisfaction, and the effect of the loudspeaker was good. Basically, nearly 100 people present could hear his voice. When the people who were confused about the situation saw someone taking the initiative to speak, they immediately gathered together subconsciously. You can call me Sunglasses, of course, this is just a code name. The strong man in sunglasses pointed his finger at the black gray toad on the bridge of his nose to help everyone deepen their memory. It doesn't / matter who I am. If you are lucky, leaving here will naturally understand that I will now talk about the situation that everyone is facing. Remember the dark purple fog that suddenly appeared on the highway? It wasn't /a haze, but a special area similar to the space-time passage, connecting the extra space-time world called phantom /. The cause of the illusion is still a mystery, and its subject is often derived from all existing literary and artistic creations of human beings, including history, mythology, drama, film and television, literature, animation, games, etc. Each illusion has a unique set of world rules, and the most basic general rule is data. In the world of illusions, everything can be measured and expressed with data, even yourself. If you still don't understand, you can also think of fantasy as a large VR game, but everything in this game is real. Of course, it also includes death. The explanation of the strong man with dark sunglasses did not eliminate the doubts in the hearts of many people. Many people have begun to look for hidden cameras everywhere. It is assumed that this is a studio for a whole reality show that I can /t blame these people for being so slow. No matter who wakes up and finds that they are in an unfamiliar place, it is impossible for them to think that they have left the earth. Did you have enough trouble? Tell me where the exit is. I still have a very important contract to sign in the afternoon, but it /s a list of millions. A man in a suit with a briefcase in his face was so angry that he talked for a while. He had looked at his watch several times. With the men in suits taking the lead, others have begun to seduce. Most of them have their own things to do, but they are not interested in participating in a reality show. The strong man in sunglasses was not angry. He made a pleased gesture with a smile, and said mockingly, "If you think this is a studio, you can go now, and you can go out and count as my loss. Go away. When I am scared." The man in a suit hummed and walked for more than 10 meters. After seeing that no one was following him, he hesitated for a moment, then turned around and walked back gloomily. After all, this man in a suit is not stupid. From the sand and vegetation on the ground, it can be seen that this is definitely not a studio. Even if he doesn't /t believe in any other space, he doesn't /t think he can be alone without any equipment and supplies. One person walked out of this desolate gobi who could not see the edge. The corners of the strong man in the dark sunglasses provoked, but there was no sign of ridicule, and when he was first involved in the illusion, he did not perform better than the suit man in front of him. After all, being able to get involved in the illusion that was open for the first time for 2 consecutive times, the strong man in sunglasses felt that his luck was almost back home. Thank you very much for your trust in me. So next, I will teach you the most important step to survive in the illusion. Please say, open the main panel or something similar in your heart. I finally arrived at this link, luo luojia qinglu shulu /s heart meditated, open the main panel. The black pupil flashed faintly. A huge game menu like screen is directly projected on his retina, and the light blue translucent tone is full of a sense of future science fiction. Name. Luo Jia order. 0 order physique. 75, strength, physical resistance, speed, etc., standard human maximum 100, spirit. 180, related to mental strength, mental resistance, reaction, perception, etc., standard human maximum 100. Suddenly, Luo Jia /s eyes widened unbelievably like those who first saw the property panel. His property panel, which should have been completely whitewashed, actually has one more item than before rebirth. Asian type. Pedigree, quality, EX, grade. LV1. Skill 1. New human, passive, basic spiritual attribute plus 100%. Not upgradable, skill 2. Recast death, passive, resurrected in a complete state within a certain period of time after death, 10 seconds plus body defect percentage x 30 seconds, and clear all gains and deductions, skill 3. Black Ghost, active, summon Black Ghost, entity, physical attack, invisible to the naked eye, strength is 100% of basic spiritual attributes. Affected by unknown reasons, the Black Ghost is damaged and unable to act autonomously. Introduction. Death is eternity. Miluo did not return to God for a long time, where / s the bloodline that he dared to take his head to guarantee. There is absolutely no such thing in the property panel before rebirth. Is it? Luo luojia / s heart suddenly couldn't / t help but jump wildly. He thought of a strange rumor circulating in the illusion player group before rebirth. It is said that there is a hidden egg in the Asian fantasy world. As long as you die in any way in the fantasy world, you will have a rare chance to obtain EX. Level rare bloodline, Asian. Of course, no one is stupid enough to die for an unconfirmed rumor, and the player who accidentally died in the fantasy has not seen anyone come back to a magical place full of blood. Therefore, even before his rebirth, this rumor has always been a joke in the mouth of all players. But now it seems that he obviously won the big prize, or the one that emptied the prize pool at one time. EX grade bloodlines. Miluo whispered to himself in an almost inaudible voice. The expression on his face was extremely complicated, for him who did not even have A.level equipment before rebirth. The psychological impact of EX.level blood, Asian, was a little big. Strictly speaking, EX grade does not represent a grade, but means special and difficult to evaluate. The basic attributes of EX.level equipment fluctuate greatly. It is possible from the highest SSS level to the lowest F.level, and many are even slightly lower than similar equipment. But at the same time, EX.level equipment often has one or several extremely special equipment skills, so that under certain conditions, they can burst into a certain super level effect. According to popular terms, it is the best in the same rank. However, reading www.uukangshu.com, the Asian bloodline in front of him is obviously not a phrase that can be covered, for the time being, temporarily abandoning skill 1 and damaged skill 3 for which the effect is not obvious. The death recast effect of skill 2 alone is enough to make people astounded. Maybe it /s not intuitive to look at it this way, so let /s find a reference. Luo Luojie remembered that before the rebirth, the S.level props, undead bird tail, with the same resurrection effect had a price of about 100,000 points, and most of the time they were still available. Death recast is equivalent to undead tail, which can be reused indefinitely. Miluo shut down the property panel calmly, closed his eyes and took a few deep breaths, forcing himself to stay as normal as possible. To be honest, even in the EX level, such unreasonable features are very rare, and obviously have touched the edge of a certain rule. But before he was reborn, he had seen too many weak counterattacks and strong fall, and he had long understood the truth. Don / believe in any kind of ability or equipment. Even if it looks unusually powerful, immortality does not mean invincibility. Resurrection can only be a layer of insurance, and cannot be a habitual dependency. Of course, it /s a good thing to wake up. If the rebirth gave Luo Jia a surprise that was unexpected, then the EX grade, Asian, bloodline undoubtedly added a icing on the cake. With 7 years of experience and information accumulation in the previous life, coupled with a strong opening card such as EX bloodline, Luo Jia is full of confidence in the future. The mountain peaks of the previous life can only be looked up. In this life he finally had the opportunity to stand on the top and look at the distant scenery. Even shocked the legendary mysterious sequence. Number 1 player. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.